lost my mind.
Because I look at you different. Why the about my baby mom? I don't give it. Yo, if you ever was to talk to nigga, she'd tell you that.
I would never talk to that on my level. She ain't do nothing to me, and she never been in my circle. She never been around me.
And you've been bringing it up. So now I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm never gonna touch you again. I'm never physically gonna hurt you. You marry this nigga, I'm blowing this head off on everything I love. I'm blowing to touch you again. I'm never physically gonna hurt you. You marry this nigga, I'm blowing this head off on everything I love. I'm going back to prison.
Philadelphia police have identified a suspect in connection with a deadly shooting inside a North Philly barber shop. 44-year-old Armand Hilton is wanted for murder, robbery, and related charges. Police say he shot and killed Natifa Wade inside a barber shop on Lehigh Avenue on Saturday afternoon.
This episode personal. An act that would leave a child motherless, a city shaken, and a name that once symbolized success forever linked to tragedy. At the heart of it all was Tiffany Natifa Wade.
Hey Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
To the outside world, she seemed unstoppable. A woman who built her empire from the ground up, juggling multiple businesses with the grace of someone who made success look easy. She was a mother, a businesswoman, a symbol of ambition. If you scrolled through her Instagram, you'd see luxury, designer clothes, first-class flights, high-end real estate. But that wasn't just for show. She had worked for it. She had earned it. At least, that's what she wanted the world to believe. Because behind the carefully curated images, there was another story. One she didn't post online. One that didn't come with filters, motivational captions, or perfectly staged photos. It was a past tied to a man who knew her better than anyone. A man who had once given her everything, only to have it all ripped away. Armand Hilton. To those who knew him, Armand wasn't just another man from the streets of Philadelphia. He was a survivor. A man who had learned how to navigate a world that wasn't built to be kind to him. But survival came at a cost. His name carried weight, but it also carried warnings. There were whispers about his past, run-ins with the law, money that didn't always come from clean hands, and a reputation that kept people on edge. But Tiffany? She saw something different. He was powerful. He was generous. And most of all, he made her feel safe. For a time, they were partners. Not just in love, but in business, in wealth, in the life they built together. The properties, the cars, the success. They weren't just Tiffany's achievements. They were his too. Until the day that trust shattered. Because when Armand went to prison, he left everything in Tiffany's hands. His properties, his businesses, his future. He believed she would protect it all. That when he got out, what was his would still be waiting. But people change when power shifts. By the time he was free, Tiffany had made her decision. The power shifts. By the time he was free, Tiffany had made her decision. The properties were no longer his. The businesses no longer belonged to them. The properties were no longer his. The businesses no longer belonged to them. And the woman he once trusted had moved on. Not just from him, but into a new life, a new marriage, a new reality where Armand Hilton no longer had a place. That kind of betrayal, it doesn't go unnoticed. And on that October afternoon, as Tiffany walked into a North Philadelphia barbershop with her young son, she had no idea that the past she had erased was about to come back for her. Because Armand wasn't the kind of man to forget. And he certainly wasn't the kind of man to forgive. Welcome to crime of passion. Hilton was sent to prison. He did something few men in his position would dare. He handed over everything. Not just a little money to keep her afloat. Not just a car or a few small investments. Everything. He placed every property, every bank account, and every business asset into Tiffany Natifa Wade's name. real estate holdings worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, some in Philadelphia, some as far south as Miami. Homes, rental units, assets that, for years, had been the fruits of his labor, some legal, some not. And he did it with one thing in mind: trust. To him, it wasn't a question of whether Tiffany would hold on to them. Of course she would. He was her man, her provider. He had given her a life most women only dreamed of. And in his mind, she owed him loyalty. Some say he did it out of love, that he believed in her, that he saw her as the mother of his child, the woman who would protect his legacy. Others believe he had no choice. His criminal past had left him with few options. A man like him couldn't own everything in his own name. It was too risky, too exposed. Tiffany was his safety net, and for a while, she played the role. At first, she waited. At first, she answered his calls, reassured him, told him everything would be fine. The businesses were running. The houses were safe. She even visited. But power changes people. And money has a way of shifting allegiances, of turning love into leverage. Tiffany wasn't just holding on to his assets anymore. She was living in them, making decisions, realizing just how much power she now held.
I've decided that I'm a good person and that I deserve good things to happen to me. And therefore, I've decided that I'm going to pamper myself as much as possible. I'm going to look for as much fun. I'm going to look for as much fulfillment. I'm going to look for as much ease. I'm going to follow my ease. I'm going to follow my bliss. I'm going to follow my flow. I'm going to follow the good feeling. I'm going to let the good times roll. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to hang around with people that are fun to be with. I'm going to look for reasons to feel good. I'm going to keep a diary of good feeling things. I'm going to call it my book of positive aspects. I'm going to get a box. I'm going to call it my creation box. I'm going to throw all kinds of good stuff in it, and I'm going to proclaim it as mine. I'm going to accept the reality of this vibrational reality, and I'm going to go there as often as I can. I'm going to bask. When I find myself basking, I'm going to milk it with everything that I've got. I'm going to look for other people that are doing the same. I'm going to trust that law of attraction is going to cue me up with them. I'm going to feel less responsible to fewer people.
And then came the choice. The one that would set everything in motion. She did it quietly. A few legal transfers. A signature here. A document there. Until suddenly, everything in Armand Hilton's name belonged to Tiffany Wade. Then she went further. She cut him loose, filed for divorce. And as if that wasn't enough, she didn't just move on. She married another man. While Armand sat behind bars, she was living the life he had built. The properties he thought would wait for him were now fueling her success. The businesses, once under his watch, were now hers alone. And Tiffany didn't just live well, she flaunted it. She wore it on her sleeve, posted it on her Instagram, traveled, dressed in luxury, flashed designer handbags, sat courtside at basketball games, and lived as though Armand Hilton had never existed. By the time he was released, Armand wasn't just a free man. He was a man with nothing. No properties, no businesses, no home to return to. And worst of all, no control. It was gone. And when a man like Armand loses everything, he doesn't just walk away. What would you do if someone took everything you built? Not just your money, but your power, your future, your very identity. Armand Hilton had built an empire. The businesses, the properties, the wealth. It was all supposed to be waiting for him when he walked free. Instead, it was gone, signed away, replaced, as if he had never existed. He had two choices. He could walk away, start over, pretend none of it mattered, accept that the woman he trusted had moved on, that she had made a new life, that the past was gone. Or he could fight for what he believed was his. And Armand Hilton was not the kind of man to let things go. At first, he took the civil approach, demanded, negotiated, pleaded. He called Tiffany again and again, asked for his properties back, the homes, the investments, the things he had entrusted to her. He wanted to believe she would listen, that she would do the right thing, that, despite the betrayal, there was still some loyalty left between them. But Tiffany had no intention of giving anything back. The past was dead to her. She had made her choice, and it didn't include Armand. She didn't just ignore his demands. She made sure he knew just how much she was thriving. She posted photos from expensive vacations, showed off new cars, fine jewelry, the life of a woman who had everything and had no regrets. And then there was the final insult, her new man. Tiffany made sure Armand saw what she wanted him to see. The diamonds on her fingers, the expensive dinners, the life she was living without him. It wasn't just wealth anymore. It was personal. And something inside Armand snapped. The phone calls turned into threats. The messages got darker. "You think you're just gonna get away with this?" he allegedly told her. But Tiffany, she wasn't afraid. She didn't believe he could touch her. She even recorded the threats, posted them, laughed at them. To her, Armand was just another man who couldn't handle being replaced. But what she didn't realize was how much Armand had lost. Because for him, this wasn't just about money anymore. It was about control. It was about pride. And when a man has nothing left to lose, he becomes the most dangerous kind of person. It was a Saturday afternoon like any other. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of fresh autumn leaves through the streets of North Philadelphia. Families moved about their day. Errands, appointments, last-minute weekend plans. For Tiffany Natifa-Wade, it was supposed to be a simple stop at the barbershop with her young son. A routine moment. A mother taking care of her child, ensuring he looked sharp for the week ahead. A mundane task. An ordinary day. But nothing about this day would be ordinary. Because Armand Hilton was waiting. Somewhere nearby, watching. Not from anger, not from jealousy, something colder, something final. The barbershop itself was small, familiar, a neighborhood staple. The low hum of clippers buzzed through the air, blending with the quiet murmur of small talk between barbers and customers. The scent of aftershave lingered, mixing with the faint aroma of hair products and warm air from the door swinging open and closed. For a moment, everything was normal. Then, he stepped inside. Armand didn't need to announce himself. He didn't need words. His presence alone shifted the energy in the room. The barbers paused, their hands hovering mid-motion. A customer turned, sensing the shift, his casual conversation trailing into silence. And then, the gun. There was no argument, no shouting, no warnings. Just the sound of steel being pulled from his coat. Then, 2 gunshots. The first struck her in the torso, sending her staggering backward, the breath leaving her lungs before she could even scream. The second, the head. Her son watched. The room erupted into chaos. Chairs screeched against the floor. Clippers hit the ground with a metallic clatter. Customers dove for cover, ducking behind barber stations, shielding themselves from the horror unfolding in front of them. The air, once thick with the warmth of everyday life, was now cold, heavy, suffocating. Tiffany crumpled to the floor, her body still, her world ended. Her son's voice split through the silence, a scream filled with a kind of fear no child should ever feel. And just as fast as he had arrived, Armand was gone. No hesitation, no second thoughts. Gone. Out the door, into the street, vanishing into a city that already knew his name. Philadelphia was no stranger to crime. But this This was different. This wasn't a case of a street dispute gone too far, or a robbery turned deadly. This was something personal, something planned. A woman had been executed in broad daylight, in front of her child, in a place where she should have felt safe. And the man responsible? Gone. Within hours, news of Tiffany Wade's murder spread through the city like wildfire. A mother, a businesswoman, a life cut short. Conversations at dinner tables, barbershops, and social media feeds were filled with speculation. How could this happen? How could someone walk into a crowded barbershop, pull a trigger, and vanish into thin air? Law enforcement moved quickly. Surveillance footage, witness statements, patrols sweeping the streets. Every officer in the city knew the name Armand Hilton. A man with a history, a man with a motive, a man with nothing to lose. A manhunt began immediately. Police released his name to the public. Wanted for murder. Armed and dangerous. His mugshot, plastered across news reports, shared on social media, pinned to community bulletin boards. But here's the part that should unsettle you the most. To this day, he hasn't been found. Yes, you heard that right. It has been months. And the man who walked into that barbershop, pulled a gun, and ended Tiffany's life is still out there. How does that happen? In a world where every corner has a security camera, where cell phones track our every move, where one viral post can expose a person's location within minutes. How does a man just disappear? Some say he had help, that someone close to him gave him an escape plan, a car, cash, a way to slip past the grid. Others believe he never left Philadelphia at all, that he's hiding in plain sight, that people know where he is but are too afraid or too loyal to speak up. And then there's the question no one wants to ask, but everyone is thinking, will he strike again? Because one thing is clear, Armand Hilton didn't just run. He walked out of that barbershop knowing exactly where he was going. And that's the most chilling part of all. This isn't just a story about murder. It's a story about power, trust, and the consequences of betrayal. The kind that doesn't happen in an instant, but builds over time, twisting and hardening until it explodes in the most brutal way imaginable. Armand Hilton trusted Tiffany Wade with everything, his money, his businesses, his future. He believed that even in his absence, what he had built would still be there waiting for him. That when the doors of that prison opened, he could step back into the life he left behind. But that's not what happened. Tiffany made a choice. She didn't wait. She moved forward. And in doing so, she stripped Armand of more than just money. She erased him. His wealth, his properties, his legacy, gone. And she didn't just keep it. She flourished. To him, it wasn't just about losing money. It was about losing control. And when control slips away from a man like Armand, there's only one way he knows how to take it back. But here's the question we have to ask ourselves. Was Tiffany wrong? Was she simply securing what she believed was rightfully hers? Protecting herself and her child? Moving on from a past she no longer wanted to be a part of? Or did she know exactly what she was doing? Pushing a man with nothing left to lose closer to the edge, taunting him with a life he no longer had access to. Bound to. Leave your thoughts in the comments below.
Alright, how you do this? You don't have a tripod at all? Somebody stole it. Somebody stole it? Somebody gave it. I burnt my leg. I lost my mind. I was only drunk because I didn't have no food. Nobody cared that I didn't have food. Y'all just kept giving me Patron. I didn't have any food all night long, and I pay all the money for that food. Hey, y'all. I look a mess. I don't even care. Huh? Oh, they about to walk in. I'm I'm opening up gifts. I should at least lay that down. Where the Joe? Huh? Gift cards. All right, so listen.
150 on here.
I'll wait for more people to come.
I'm lying for real.
It's 150 on that gift card.
Mom.
Listen. The party list.
Give me that card.
The kids taking all my gifts. The party list from this year is going to stay the same. We gonna invite them same people back. Like we don't even want no new people there.
Oh, give me that. I need that.
It's not.
$100 on here.
Come on, Robbie.
Let me come here.
I'm right.
I'm opening up gifts.
Come down.
I'm back home.
Let me come
Oh,
down.
don't turn it. It's live. You can't turn it around. Like
It's on
this.
me.
It's on me. Oh wait, you want to turn it around so you can see what you're looking at? All right, come on, come back. All right, wait.
Alright, you can record it, huh? It's okay. If she want to look at it.
Huh?
Oh yeah, hold the tripod.
Oh, what tripod?
Y'all want me everywhere.
Oh yeah, put it in there and then turn it towards you. Yeah, because she wants to be on.
But I gotta be able to see myself.
You are. Flip it back around. Now put it in there.
Okay, I got you.
Alright, I'm taking.
I don't know what yeah, I'm definitely got one. Oh! We open up the presents. Don't come in here. All right.
You just hold up.
Ready together. All right, I'm ready. Come on, sis.
My name 50 times.
What we getting? All right, which one we going first?
Just gifts.
All right, the gifts.
Yeah,
What you trying to do?
I thought I was supposed to open them up and say thank you.
Demi is crazy. Give me my stuff.
All right, okay.
You really be too hype. Relax.
All right. Come on, Tiff, above the pass me stuff. Let's go here. Lottie, got me this. This is so cute. I'm keeping this. It has sparkles. Wishing you a birthday that shines bright as I do. I do like that. You know, I try to shine bright. Shine bright. There's so many cards. Please continue. This one. You got a light that warms everyone around you, that glows with fitness and radiates the wisdom of woman who is beautiful inside and out. You deserve a day that is wonderful as you are. That's so pretty. That's from Samina, 2023. There's another one though, and it says you do whatever you want to do. You don't listen. Yeah, this one. Your melanin is popping. No, your melanin is popping. Look serving. Dream having, hardworking, goal-getting self is giving me life. Love Lily and her beautiful husband. Lily is so beautiful and her husband is so beautiful. Their energy is just beautiful together. It's one of those things, like, you know, you see people on social media and they post each other a lot and they always somewhere together and they always, it's like really real. Like they just was together, and she paid $300 for her husband because she was not about to not come without her husband, okay? She paid the money for her husband and they look so pretty. They look beautiful. They sat in the window. They took pictures. They ate. They drank. They danced. They was on the dance floor. And we've never hung out together, ever. They can come back to every party I had. They was nice. They was real nice. Yeah. I'm tired. I'm beat. I'm tired. I went straight from Jamaica, straight back to the party, straight from the party to a funeral, then straight all the way back home. And I'm just so thankful for everybody. And I got engaged. So I'm excited. Thank you guys for everything. Shamar still got my glasses on, little tip. I can't say thank you enough. I hope this live was enough to say thank you. I enjoyed myself. I smiled. Y'all know I don't even smile in pictures. I got nice teeth, but I don't even smile. I smiled I was smiling. I was dancing. I was too still. Nah, thank y'all so much. Kisses.
With a cold-blooded barbershop murder impacting more than just the victim's friends and families.
Police say a gunman executed a man while wearing a garment associated with the Muslim community. For more on how religious leaders are reacting to the troubling crime, we go to Action News reporter Maggie Kent in Germantown now. Maggie.
Sarah and Brian, I spoke to an imam who has a masjid just a few blocks away from here. He's concerned about the violence, and concerned about there being any pushback once this video is released. Police are looking for this man who they say targeted his victim, shooting him at point-blank range. He's seen walking up to the barber shop on the 5900 block of Germantown Avenue, then running from the scene. It happened at 1:15 in the afternoon, Thursday, April 6th. The 35-year-old victim sat down for a haircut and was murdered in cold blood. The scene was just feet from the 14th Police District. The crime scene investigation left neighbors uneasy.
It's right around the corner from the police station, so it's hard to believe.
This recent act of violence is a source of major concern for Imam Hassan Abdi, the faith leader of the Germantown Masjid.
It tarnishes the image of the Muslim community.
In the video, the shooter is seen wearing an izab, a Muslim waist garment.
If it was a disguise, it's despicable behavior because it sort of brings unnecessary attention to the Muslim community. If it wasn't a disguise, it's even more despicable because not only was it the month of Ramadan, the blessed month, the person committed one of the gravest crimes in Islam, which was murder.
Police also released video of the getaway car allegedly used in the murder, the silver Pontiac Bonneville. As with every homicide here in Philadelphia, investigators are offering a $20,000 reward for anyone who can give them a tip about where this gunman might be.
Straight up. A man named Speedy out there in Philly. I know if you from Philly, you know Speedy, man. Speedy was an OG. Speedy wasn't playing by the goddamn money. Speedy was out here checking the paper, but he had to go to prison. And when he got out, the first thing he did was shot his baby mama Chip in the goddamn head at the barbershop in broad daylight.
34-year-old Armand Hilton is wanted for murder, robbery, and related charges. Police say he shot and killed Natifa Wade inside a barbershop on Lehigh Avenue on Saturday afternoon.